Hi guys, there's Louise back again. Louise and Zoe, that is. Zoe's in the background and, working away at the editing and the cutting around here, so not to be forgotten. And today we're going to be looking at coordinating conjunctions. It's going to be quite a short one because it is a short one. What I want to do is coordinating conjunctions. And if you need the word in German for it, so you're doing all your grammar through German, it's there. These are called Nebenordnende Konjunktionen. Das heißt Hauptsatz plus Hauptsatz oder Konjunktionen, die einen Hauptsatz mit einem Hauptsatz verbinden. Auf Englisch, in English, conjunctions which join two main clauses. Now that's in German, we refer to that as a Hauptsatz und a Hauptsatz, a main clause, and literally two sentences. And the conjunction does not affect the verb position or word order of either of these sentences or clauses. Now, some people will find the word clause quite difficult because people are not learning English grammar the way they used to learn English grammar. So the word clause can suddenly start to feel, what is that? So just think of it as another sentence and not get too caught up with the terminology. But give me a few examples of these. For example, und, aber, oder, sondern, and denn are all what's referred to as coordinating conjunctions. Now you use und a huge amount of times, aber a huge amount of times, oder a huge amount of times, sondern only when you want to contradict or say on the contrary. Denn is another word for because or for, because or for he is doing something, and this is causing no word order change. And it's sometimes for people who have a mental block when they use while and having to put the verb to the end. I've noticed it during exams that quite a few people would opt for the then option in an oral exam so that they don't have a mistake with the verb, and that is where the verb is placed. So we'll take a look at a few examples and so that you understand this. Now remember, this is going to be a very short video, so it won't take you too long to go through it. Ich gehe ins Kino und Peter kommt mit. Noticing the verb is not in the second position. It's exactly the same place as you would have in English. So all of those you people out there who are English native speakers, this is exactly the same as you'd say in English. When you use und, you have the same word order as you would have in English. So those people learning English, that's a different story, and then English is not your mother tongue out there, you will see that you have learned the English word and verb position, and you'll see that this is quite normal for you. So, und Peter kommt mit. And Peter comes along. Ich esse nicht viel. I don't eat a lot. Denn ich habe keinen Hunger. Ich esse nicht viel. I don't eat a lot because I'm not hungry. And then ich habe. No verb position change from English word position. So that makes it very simple. I'm doing this as a short video because I do not want any confusion. So learn this and get these under your belt and have them learned off by heart. Und, aber, oder, sondern, denn. No verb position change as the same as is in English. And that helps. Sondern. Now the sondern causes a huge amount of problems for people. So if you have nicht in the first sentence, or the first clause. So, Herr Schulz geht nicht zur Arbeit. The first sentence with meaning, or sometimes referred to as a clause, but don't get worried. So, geht nicht zur Arbeit. So, there's nicht here. But he works at home. So, the word for but can't be aber because you have a nicht here. So, I actually try to so that people don't get I don't understand that. I really don't understand that. So I say, well, on the contrary, or quite the opposite. And that sort of helped people understand. So Herr Schulz geht nicht zur Arbeit, sondern arbeitet zu Hause. He doesn't go to work. On the contrary, he works at home. Or quite the opposite, he's working at home. So you're contradicting what went in the first sentence. And that's when you use sondern, meaning but. It's the opposite of what happens. For example, Schulz geht noch nicht zur Arbeit, and then quite the opposite. Sondern, that's the sondern. Arbeitet zu Hause. Or on the contrary, sondern. It's a hard one for people to get around in their heads, and it's because of the requirement for a nicht here, and then you're contradicting it. So Herr Schulz geht nicht zur Arbeit, sondern arbeitet zu Hause. Ich will in die Stadt gehen. I want to go into town. Aber, there's your aber, Maria hat keine Lust dazu. So there's no nicht here. So you're not contradicting. Ich will in die Stadt gehen. So you're not contradicting this sentence. So you're allowed to use aber Maria hat keine Lust dazu. But Maria doesn't want to. So that is the explanations. And remember, it's und, aber, oder, sondern, and denn. What about an Übung? And I've made it quite simple for you. I've had it here. Ich trinke eine Limo. Mein Freund trinkt eine Tasse Tee. What would you put? What would you think? Well, here we go. Maybe you'll have it done first. And it would be great fun if you did. So, ich trinke eine Limo, Komma. I'm always particular about these commas. Aber, but, mein Freund trinkt eine Tasse Tee. What do you notice here? First of all, we're joining the two sentences together. The aber causes no change, as there would be no change in terms of an English mind, an English language. Mein Freund trinkt. And of course, I have my comma here. And of course, mein Freund is not the start of a sentence. So you have a small m for mine. Those are the only little variations between those two sentences there. Now we're going to take a look at und, which means and. Recently, when I was doing a dictation with a first year class, and I had und, and the amount of people who spelled und with U-N-T, and as you know, the D sounds like a T. So just get that into your head that the D sounds like a T, but don't be caught. If you have to do a dictation for a test or anything like that, be wary of that. Here we go. So we're going to join these two sentences together. Meine Schwester geht zur Uni. That means, and then I have my comma. So my sister is going to college, going to a university. Now I have my comma. So that means my ich cannot have a capital letter. Und ich gehe noch in die Schule. What does that mean? My sister is going to college or to university, and I am still going to school. And noticing the ich doesn't have a capital letter. And the und caused no word order or verb position change, as it would, as I say, as in English. Because a lot of people will ask, well, what do you mean by it had no change? Change from what? So you see, is he mein Freund trinkt eine Tasse Tee? You're going to leave it as the way it was. Only adding an und or an aber so far, and then just not having the ich as a capital letter. It's all very fine if you're an English speaking person, and it looks exactly the same as in English. But if you're not, all you have to remember is it looks both Hauptsätze, both clauses, both main sentences will look exactly the same, except you're going to join them with und, and your next one is only going to have a small letter. Hopefully that's clear. I have to be very mindful that I'm not always speaking to English native speakers either. Now we have a denn. Ich verlasse 8:30 Uhr das Haus. Okay, comma, then, because, now my der, my capital der, is not going to be there, capital again. Der Unterricht fängt 9 Uhr an. See what happened there? It remained exactly the same as it was. Hauptsatz. And the only changes, I put in denn, meaning because, and I didn't have a capital letter here because I joined the two sentences together. Do you see that? Now, once you see it, it makes it, oh, why didn't I think of that before? The amount of mistakes people, because they get totally confused in their heads about all these conjunctions, what goes where. But these ones are particularly easy if you have to do it on a grammar section and sitting down, okay, I have two sentences to join together. I have to have a comma now in the middle. I'm going to be using and then my next one has only a small letter. That's fine. But when you go to write your essays, and you don't have they have two sentences in front of you and you have to join them, you have to bring the knowledge you learned from your grammar section to your essays. And just think the same way. And think it out. Really think it out. And then write. They say of a rule of thumb, think twice and then put your pen to paper. Or whatever way you're using it, maybe you're typing it. We have another und, Klaus, liest, und. Now, Udo is a name of a person, so that'll be und Udo schreibt einen Aufsatz. What do you think of that? But Udo remained with the capital letter because this is the name of a boy. Klaus is reading and Udo is writing an essay. Now we have a sondern. And obviously you can see the nicht there at the beginning in the first Hauptsatz, the first clause. Lernt nicht, sondern, on the contrary, quite the opposite. Spielt Tennis. Next one. Ich gehe früh ins Bett. Ich bin müde. Ich gehe früh ins Bett, now my denn and my small letter. Ich bin müde. See that? I go early to bed because I'm tired. I wish I could say the same thing. My biggest dilemma is getting to bed in the same day that I got up. I go to bed very late. Okay, Vati. Vati nimmt ein Taxi, denn now my has to be small. Hat wenig Zeit. He's taking a taxi because he's very little time. Ich fahre mit dem Rad. Okay. Meine Schwester geht zu Fuß. Now there's something wrong there. There should be a capital F. Have you liked and subscribed? Have you done that now? Now, if you have all 303 people have subscribed to my channel. I'm only I'm only a newbie, but I'm really hoping to get a few more than that. And so don't forget to like and subscribe because it doesn't cost you anything. Have a go and just subscribe and get the bell ringing and let you know when my next one is coming up. All my ones right through the summer are going to be short ones. I think I've decided for the summer so that people don't have as much time during the summer for sitting back and looking at long videos. So I'm going to be writing short videos for the summer holidays. Ich fahre mit dem Rad, und meine, look at meine with a small letter, Schwester, you know, all nouns get capital, that's why Schwester is capitalized, geht zu Fuß. Ich fahre mit dem Rad, I'm cycling, and my sister is walking. Usually the opposite. I've given a sondern. Frau Schulz bleibt nicht zu Hause, sie geht zur Arbeit. And we're using sondern. So we have an opposite again on the contrary. So, Frau Schulz bleibt nicht zu Hause, sondern sie, that's on the contrary, remember, quite the opposite, sie geht zur Arbeit. See it? On the contrary, quite the opposite. The opposite of what you said before. And that's when you use on the contrary. It's in the grammar books, you'll see it all called but after a negative. And that to me means, when I suppose talking to my pupils, means nothing to them. All you get is blank faces. So, and when you start seeing the glazed look or the blank faces, you know you have to do something a bit more so that they understand it. So, on the contrary, or quite the opposite, seems to have some resonance. Number 10 and the last one. Fritz ist ein guter Tennisspieler. Unfortunately, you see, I can't see your faces. So I have to rely on maybe giving me the odd comment if you go and you just write something and tell me if I'm explaining these properly so that you can understand. Und will, remember look at my small letter, will nicht jeden Tag, that's nicht und, it's aber. That's what I want. Aber er will nicht jeden Tag spielen. So, Fritz ist ein guter Tennisspieler, aber er will nicht jeden Tag spielen. There's no negation there. So that's why I'm allowed to use the aber. Is that okay? Have you understood now? All of these und, aber, oder, sondern und denn. There's only 5 of those who behave in this way. Das wäre es für heute. That's it for today from German Made Easy from Scratch. I hope you have enjoyed it, and we will see you next time with another short video explaining something in a very simple way. Auf Wiedersehen und bis zum nächsten Mal beim German Made Easy from Scratch.